Donald Trump is back in the political arena. After leaving the White House in 2021, he remained a powerful voice. Now, he is running for president again. His eyes are set on 2025. Trump claims he has a plan to make America great again.
He promises a stronger economy, secure borders, and a return to American dominance on the world stage. His vision has reignited passionate debates across the nation.
Trump's supporters are energized. They believe he is the only one who can fix America's problems. His critics are worried. They fear his policies will divide the country and harm its global standing.
The year 2025 is a defining moment for America. The decisions made in this election will shape the future of the nation. The stakes are high. Trump's vision for 2025 is bold and controversial. It is a vision that has captivated some and alarmed others. The question remains, will America embrace Trump's path once more? Trump's economic plan centers on familiar themes: American jobs, American products, and American energy. He wants to bring back manufacturing jobs from overseas.
He plans to do this with tariffs. Tariffs are taxes on goods from other countries. They make foreign goods more expensive. This encourages Americans to buy American-made products.
Tax cuts are another key part of Trump's economic strategy. He believes that lower taxes will boost the economy. Businesses will have more money to invest and create jobs. Individuals will have more money in their pockets. This will lead to more spending and economic growth.
Energy independence is a top priority for Trump. He wants America to be energy self-sufficient. He supports increased domestic oil and gas production. He believes this will lower energy costs for businesses and consumers. It will also reduce America's dependence on foreign oil.
Trump's economic vision is ambitious. It is a gamble on American industry and American workers. His supporters believe it will unleash unprecedented economic growth. His critics argue that it will lead to trade wars and harm American consumers. Only time will tell if Trump's economic engine can deliver on its promises. Immigration is a cornerstone of Trump's platform. He promises to build a wall on the US-Mexico border.
He claims this will stop illegal immigration and drug trafficking. He also wants to increase deportations of undocumented immigrants. He believes this will enforce immigration laws and deter future illegal immigration.
Trump proposes a merit-based immigration system. This means prioritizing immigrants with skills and education that benefit the U.S. economy.
He wants to limit family-based immigration. He argues that it puts a strain on American resources and security. Trump's immigration policies are controversial. Supporters praise his tough stance and commitment to national security. They believe it will restore order to the immigration system.
Critics condemn his rhetoric and policies as discriminatory and inhumane. They argue that it will harm families and damage America's reputation. The debate over immigration remains a defining issue in American politics. Healthcare is a complex issue in America. Trump promises to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare.
He criticizes it for being too expensive and bureaucratic. He proposes a market-based system. This emphasizes competition among private insurance companies. He believes this will lower costs and provide more choices for consumers.
Trump wants to lower drug prices. He argues that pharmaceutical companies are overcharging Americans. He proposes allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices.
He also wants to make it easier for generic drugs to enter the market. Trump's healthcare plan is a radical departure from the ACA. Supporters believe it will empower patients and reduce government involvement.
Critics fear it will leave millions without coverage and drive up costs for those with pre-existing conditions. The future of healthcare in America hangs in the balance.
Section 5, Back to School, Education Reform under Trump. Education is another key area of focus for Trump. He believes in school choice. This means giving parents more options for their children's education.
He supports charter schools and vouchers. These programs allow parents to use public funds to send their children to private schools.
Trump wants to reduce federal involvement in education. He believes that decisions are best made at the local level. He wants to give states and school districts more control over curriculum and funding.
He also wants to cut bureaucracy and regulations that he believes hinder innovation.
Trump's education reforms are controversial. Supporters argue that they will empower parents and improve educational outcomes. Critics contend that they will divert resources from public schools and exacerbate inequality. The debate over education reform reflects broader disagreements about the role of government and the future of American society.
Section 6. America First. Trump's foreign policy. Trump's foreign policy is guided by the principle of America First. He wants to end what he calls endless wars in the Middle East. He believes that the U.S. has been involved in too many costly and unnecessary conflicts.
He favors a more isolationist approach. This means focusing on American interests and reducing military interventions abroad. Trump wants to strengthen alliances with countries that share American values. He believes in a strong military to deter adversaries.
He takes a hard line on China and Russia. He views them as strategic competitors and economic rivals.
Trump's foreign policy has been both praised and criticized. Supporters applaud his focus on American interests and his willingness to challenge the status quo. Critics argue that his policies are unpredictable and damaging to America's global standing. Trump's approach to foreign policy has reshaped the international landscape.
Section 7. The impact. Winners and losers? Trump's policies have the potential to significantly impact the lives of everyday Americans. Some groups stand to benefit more than others.
His economic policies, particularly tax cuts, could disproportionately benefit wealthy Americans and corporations. His focus on deregulation could lead to environmental damage and harm consumer protections.
Trump's immigration policies have sparked fear and uncertainty in immigrant communities. His healthcare plan could leave millions without coverage and make it more difficult for people with pre-existing conditions to afford care.
His education reforms could exacerbate inequality and undermine public schools. Trump's supporters believe that his policies will make America stronger and more prosperous. They argue that he is fighting for the forgotten men and women who have been left behind by globalization and political correctness. His critics contend that his policies are divisive, harmful, and contrary to American values.
Section 8. Can Trump deliver? Challenges and opportunities. Whether Trump can deliver on his promises remains to be seen. He will face significant challenges, including a divided Congress, a complex geopolitical landscape, and a deeply polarized electorate.
He will need to build consensus and navigate competing interests to enact his agenda. Trump's success will depend on his ability to work with Congress. He will need to find common ground with Democrats on key issues like healthcare and immigration.
He will also need to manage divisions within his own party. The Republican Party is not monolithic, and there are different factions with varying priorities.
Trump will also face challenges on the world stage. The global landscape is increasingly complex and unpredictable. He will need to manage relationships with both allies and adversaries. He will also need to address pressing global issues like climate change and nuclear proliferation.
Section 9. America's future. Your choice, your voice. Trump's vision for America in 2025 is a call to action. It is a call to return to a time when America was, in his view, stronger, prouder, and more respected on the world stage.
It is a vision that resonates with some Americans who feel left behind by globalization and cultural change. It is a vision that alarms others who fear its consequences for equality, justice, and America's place in the world.
The year 2025 is a pivotal moment in American history. The decisions made in this election will have far-reaching consequences.
It is a time for Americans to engage in thoughtful and respectful dialogue about the future of their country. It is a time to listen to each other, to understand different perspectives, and to find common ground. The future of America is in your hands. It is up to you to decide what kind of country you want to live in. It is up to you to hold your elected officials accountable. It is up to you to make your voice heard.